pieces, bringing joy forever. Puzzled hearts will solve the mystery. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Bringing joy forever. Puzzled hearts will solve the mystery. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. We compete, jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast, put those pieces in their perfect spots. Adrenaline rush, hearts pounding loud, every second counts, we gotta wow the crowd. Fingers flying, hands on fire, we're the kings and queens of this puzzling empire. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together, filling in the pieces, bringing joy forever. Puzzled hearts will solve the mystery. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Bringing joy forever. Puzzled hearts will solve the mystery. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. We compete, jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast, put those pieces in their perfect spots. Adrenaline rush, hearts pounding loud, every second counts, we gotta wow the crowd. Fingers flying, hands on fire, we're the kings and queens puzzles is real. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in a perfect spot. Adrenaline rush, hearts pounding loud. Every second counts, we gotta wow the crowd. Fingers flying, hands on fire. We're the kings and queens of this puzzling empire. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the pieces, bringing joy forever. Puzzled hearts will solve the mystery. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in the perfect spot. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece.
So good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Euro Jigsaw Jam number 18 pairs competition. It's this competition will have the most participants so far with 56 pairs, so 112 participants, all doing the same puzzle, which is really exciting, and of course also those who are joining us online. So I want to welcome my co-host for today, SJ, and Joanna, our assistant today. So you can introduce yourselves. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm Michelle Casper, and yeah, I'm going to the Worlds in Spain, and I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, go ahead, SJ.
Good morning from London. I'm SJ, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It's my first time co-hosting, and so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm excited to see what the puzzle is. Excited to see how people do. Excited to talk to people. So yeah, I'll also be in Spain next month. So I'll see lots of you there. Most of you, I'm sure. So yeah, that's me.
Hi, everyone. Here is Joanna from Wrocław, from Poland. And this is also my first time helping Michelle. That's a great opportunity. And here in Wrocław, I'm organizing puzzle meetups for local community. So if one day you will be in Wrocław and we will have a meeting, so feel free to come to us. And I'm very excited to see what the puzzle will be today.
Yeah, I was looking at your profile, Joanna, and I was really excited to see that you organized a 60,000 piece puzzle together with the community. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Oh, I wasn't organizing it, but I was a part, 1,000
Okay.
part of it. It was last year in February, and we buy a puzzle from US. It came to us in, I think it was December, and we have 2 months to assemble it. Every participant had one box with 1,000 pieces, and we was assembling it in February together in one of the museums in Wrocław.
Yeah, I mean the building looked really impressive. It looked like an art gallery, so the perfect place to showcase this amazing puzzle. And which one was it? What was the image?
That was What a Wonderful World from Dowdle.
Okay.
It was 60,000 pieces.
Yeah, well, that's also a really interesting way to do a massive puzzle is to divide it all up, and then everybody do their own piece and then assemble it at the end. Were you all doing it at the same time in the same building, or did you do it at home and then bring it with you?
At home. We was doing it at home and bring our 1,000 pieces to the place. We have to assemble it together.
Yeah, and how did you transport your finished 1,000 piece puzzle to the museum?
On a board, covered with another board and with a plastic wrap. But there were people that putting it in smaller pieces on a piece paper and bring it in a box.
Yeah. Oh, that's really interesting. Well, it must have been really amazing to meet so many other puzzle lovers, and yeah, have the accomplishment of finishing such an amazing, large puzzle.
Yeah, that was a fun.
Yeah, no, that's a really good idea. All right, so I think yeah, I'll just check the last details that everybody's ready. Thanks for being here, Joanna and SJ, and we'll see more of you soon. Okay, so we've got 59 accounts connected. SJ, have you found out which group you are in for pairs?
Yes, I'm in Group A. I think I have a lot of friends in Group A, weirdly enough. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Well, I'm in Group D, so we'll be puzzling at 9:15 at night.
Oh no, oh no.
So I'm hoping it's not going to be a dark puzzle. I hope that they'll be kind enough not to give us a dark puzzle or a extremely detailed one that we'll have trouble struggling to recognize in the evening. So if you've puzzled at 9:15 in the dome, or if you've done the late shift at the dome, let us know your experience with that.
I've only puzzled once in the dark in the dome, and it was, I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was fine, but it is different than the daytime. So, uh,
Okay, so I'm just checking. It looks like so two people have two extra devices. Okay, so it looks like we're almost complete. I'll just check what's happening on YouTube. So yeah, good morning everyone who's joining us on the live stream. So a lot of guesses that it might be a round puzzle, specifically the circle of colors. Maybe Wednesday or Stitch from Ravensburger. Very nice. Okay, so we're 2 minutes out, so I think this is the time you can go ahead and remove the wrapping paper. And this puzzle also has plastic stickers, so if you'd like to grab a pair of scissors or a knife, you may do so as well.
I can see it now.
Now, two people posted on Instagram that they practiced this one in preparation for this competition, so they had a good hunch. Yeah, so remove the plastic stickers as well. If you need to cut them open with a scissors or a knife or peel them off, make sure you do that. So when you're ready, just place the puzzle back on the middle of the table, face up, then I know that you're ready. So we have lots of people joining us, yeah, from all over the UK, Sweden, Belgium, the Netherlands, Poland, and even some Americans. Okay, so as far as I can see, everybody has the puzzle unwrapped, placed on the middle of the table. And we are at 10 o'clock, so it looks like we are complete. All right, so I will get ready to do the countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
And they're off. It's always exciting. This is maybe one of my favorite parts of a puzzle competition. When you can see everyone, how quickly they get the pieces out of the bag. It's it's so fun to watch. I don't know why, but
So I'm gonna zoom in so you can all see the image for today. If you're not familiar with this puzzle already, this is Stitch, so one of the Disney puzzles from Ravensburger, and it's basically a landscape image but within a circle frame, as opposed to some of the circle of colors where you have the picture upside down or like in rings going out. So it is just a regular picture just within a circular frame, not many colors going on, and yeah, lots of similar pastel tones. Yeah, have you done this one, SJ?
no, I haven't. I've only done the kind of pure circle of color ones from Ravensburger, circular wise, but it is on my wish list actually.
So I'm going to start by going through the list alphabetically. There we go. So in the top left, we have Annemie and Raphael from Switzerland. Oh yeah, we have a lot of new people joining us today, so apologies if I just take a bit longer to find your name. So that's really exciting. We have obviously with pairs, we have a lot more interesting combinations because a lot of people pair up with family members or boyfriends and husbands or colleagues or whoever is willing to puzzle. There are also some very serious pairs here, so we're going to see some duos that will also be, you'll see them again in Spain. So some very good training ahead, but also nice to see new people joining us for the competition. So we also have Annika and Elizabeth from Sweden. Then we have Aurora and Anna Marie from Norway, and Ayelin and Franco from Argentina. So we can see Aurora is pulling out the edge pieces, taking them off to one side. Yeah, a lot of people are still doing the flip, but we can see with Annemie there's a lot of the darker purple tone is pulled off to the side, and some of the yellow flowers. So I'm going to leave Annemie a bit longer on the screen. So yeah, go ahead and put your guesses for the winning time in the comments, and also what you think you would do if you did this puzzle, or if you have done this puzzle. So I've did this puzzle with my daughter. I'll tell you a bit later what our time was. So we also have Kara and Aneta joining us from Germany. Now, last week in Trier, they were there, and they were actually in a team with my daughter and another teenager from Germany, Johanna. And they had a lot of fun. They had matching t-shirts with their names on it. So we also have Carolyn and Bettina from Germany. So we actually have 3 Carolyns from Germany today. And then we, so Karsten Sikora, that is actually Margit, and it looks like Tanya, Margit and Tanya. So we can see Carolyn and Bettina have their table taped off, is it? Looks like there's some sections, but it's at an angle. That looks a bit interesting. So how would you approach this puzzle, SJ?
You know, it's interesting. I don't, my partner, Dan, and I have only maybe done 3 circular puzzles as speed puzzles, I think. And I think we've never really said it out loud. That's one thing about our puzzling style. We just kind of are intuitive. So we don't say much out loud, but it tends to be, I take the center and build out and he'll look from the outside in. So that's how we'd probably approach it as a pair. I'm guessing he might be watching and disagreeing. I don't know.
Well, that's a really interesting thing, because actually, after I did the puzzle, I was like, oh, yeah, I found that this middle section, the hardest part, I actually found the edge easier, and I felt like I should have spent more time on the outside, because the middle part, you have these pastel tones and everything blends in together. So once you get past the colorful parts, everything looks the same. But I have to say, two pairs did already do this puzzle. They showed it on Instagram and they had amazing times. So I'm really interested to see how they will do today with this one. And Carolyn and Bettina going strong, starting to build the border, and me working from the bottom. And it looks like Raphael from the top. So we also have Catherine Beck and Jan from Luxembourg and the Netherlands. Then we have Chiara from Italy with Lena from Germany. So we have a few Lenas speed puzzle. Is this Magdalena? Is that Magdalena? Yes. Okay. And then we have the 2 Christinas from Denmark. So it looks like the way people are splitting it, it looks like one person's going for the dark purple. We can see that very clearly on Annemie, Catherine, Christina, and Chiara going for the dark purple, and their partner is taking the other edge, so where you have the flowers, which is also a very logical place to start. That's where also I started. So what times do people think it will be today?
Let's see. Lots of low 30s is what I see. 32 minutes, 31 minutes, 17 seconds. Very specific. Let's see, sub 35, 34 minutes. Yeah. I think it might be even faster than that. We'll see. I'm really interested. My way into speed puzzling was starting as a pair. So for the first 2 years I speed puzzled, I only did pairs puzzling. So it feels like my wheelhouse almost, to have more experience with it. But I'm fascinated to see where people sit in relation to each other, either opposite, next to each other, one stood, one sat, that kind of thing. It's really interesting.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we see here most pairs are opposite each other, but we also have Daniela and her partner, and yeah, they're both Danielas at the corner, you could say, with their pair. So we also have Cornelia and Lena from Austria. No, actually, Cornelia's from Austria and Lena's from Germany. Looks like Lena is visiting. And we have Daniela from the Netherlands. with her partner today, Mia. And we also have Daniela from Germany with her son. Her son Theo, who's 9 years old. So he's our youngest participant today. So I hope he likes the image one. I'm sorry, it is a more trickier one. Yeah, I am continuing the theme of licensed puzzles from Ravensburger. When I went to pick the Ravensburger puzzles, it really was very hard to find puzzles that were not standard, run-of-the-mill, that everybody had already done. Yeah, so the first one was Friends. Then we had, no, we did have Lunar Wolf. That was not a licensed one. Then we had, that was a Pairs puzzle, the very dark one. Then we had Star Wars, and now Stitch. But I promise you, in the next batch of Ravensburger, whenever that might be, I will have more variety. But so many of the puzzles I looked, there were like so many pretty animal puzzles, or like with illustrations, and then I would check myspeedpuzzling.com and like 50 people had done it. So I was like, okay, I won't pick that one. So yeah, Danica, who's in the bottom right hand corner with her partner Patrick, they actually did it on the weekend. So let me check what their time was. They had an amazing time. I don't think it's so. I think this is possibly their third time for doing the puzzle, because she said they were going to practice the puzzles that they had trouble with the first time, or that they were a bit slower with, at least. So either the second or the third time for Danica and her partner. Okay, I can't see the story anymore, but in any case, it was amazing time. Oh no, here it is, it's the post. 35 minutes and 20 seconds for Danica and Patrick. So they're definitely ones to watch. And you can see that Danica is just storming ahead. I mean, she's done the complete bottom section, so the purple section at the bottom, and she's also building out from the middle now, so like where the eyes and the noses meet. And that's from the actual Stitch. And sorry, somebody will have to tell me what the other character is called, the pink one. It's the colors are all very similar, so I also focused in on the eyes. They have very black dark eyes, and their noses are also a darker color. So I think some people will start there. Cornelia is also doing really well with yeah, completed the border. Yeah, and Tio helping to build the border. Well done. Yeah, not an easy one. I did do this with my 10-year-old daughter. She picked this puzzle, but we did it very relaxed. I wasn't doing it as a speed puzzle, and she gave up after a short amount of time. And then after the puzzle, I had done most of the rest of the puzzle. She joined in at the end. So SJ, what is your go-to strategy for, like, are you more of a sorter, or do you just basically like scan the pieces and pull out them what you need, or are you more methodical about how you go about it?
I guess, let's see, for individual, I recently starting my training for Worlds, I've gotten much more into sort of sorting while I'm flipping, which I've heard people say don't do that, but somehow I get better times when I do that. So I'm switching to that a little bit more, and not over sorting, just maybe 3 or 4 things so that I can immediately start building them as soon as the flip is done. But as a pair, we've been training just in the past week. I've come back home so I can train again with my partner. Yeah, it really, we're very much more focused on the flip, I would say. If something really stands out to us and we know, okay, I can smash this, as soon as we're done flipping, I'll say, okay, grab all the red polka dot bits and give me those. Or he'll say, oh, I'm doing the blue box, hand me all the blue box bits. So we might do a little sorting while we're flipping, but we'll mostly flip in the first place. So And also there's a different strategy really with 1,000 versus 500 as well. We're practicing thousands right now in particular.
Oh, true. Yeah. So because also for the British Championship, that was the Gibsons. That was the 1,000-piece puzzle.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's really good also to have experience with speed puzzling 1,000-piece puzzles as a pair, just to keep up your stamina
Yeah,
or keep up
definitely.
that momentum and not kind of like at around like 500 pieces, like then to drift off, but to like keep pushing all the way through.
Yeah, when I competed in the US Nationals with my friend who had just started speed puzzling, and she never really speed puzzled with someone else before at all. And I said, okay, just follow my lead. I've got you. And especially on the 1,000 piece in the final, I said, just this is about endurance. So follow my lead. I'll keep you
Endurance.
going. Don't worry. Yeah.
Great. So also on the screen are Dietmar and Caro from Germany, Dirk and Lisa from Germany, and Eliska and Eva from the Czech Republic. So it looks like Eliska might be, tight for space. Like basically the flipped pieces are at the maximum on their puzzle board. You can see that the puzzle board is smaller than, for example, Dietmar's puzzle board, or Danica has a really long table to spread out on. So yeah, I think with circular puzzles, space management is also an important issue, because just because of the shape, it takes up so much more of the board. And if you try to have your pieces like spread out around the side, somehow there always ends up pieces like in the middle of the building space.
Yeah, it's much easier to trap your pieces with a circular puzzle, I think.
So here's Ellen and Eric. Now Ellen and Eric also practiced this puzzle on the weekend, so this is not new for them. Oh, and the story has disappeared, so I think she shared it on Friday. I think their time was 45 minutes possibly. So 45 minutes, thumbs up. Yep, okay. So now with that experience, probably pushing closer to 40, maybe sub 40 now with the experience. And we can see that, working from the outside inwards. Emilia and Amelia both standing, also working from the outside inwards. You can see the big heart section at the top. So basically most of the flowers and hearts are completed. The purple at the bottom, and a lot of the darker blue stitch is done. Glad to see that Amelia is back healthy enough today to participate. So we also have some Americans participating today. We have 3 pairs from America. And one of them is Emily and Sammy from Massachusetts. So they're part of the Wicked Quick team, who are coached by Jim. So they were up at like 3 this morning. It's now just past 4 a.m. And this is good training for Spain, because we're in the Spanish time zone. But this is not their only competition today. They also have a competition at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And it actually works out quite well, because they had planned a training weekend. And then it worked out that both pairs could participate in this competition as well. And I believe this one is not available in the US, so you might be one of the first ones in America to have this puzzle, because this is also one that I considered for the Battle of the YouTube Puzzlers. But it wasn't available worldwide. So this may have just been a European or a German release so far. But doing really well. We can see the pastel section is almost complete. Black eyes in the middle being formed. So yeah, we're at 18 minutes.
I wonder if the Amelias, either individually or together, have ever done this puzzle before, because they're doing so good right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe Amelia has done this. I think maybe I've seen that on her channel, or on one of her stories. But yeah, there's a lot of good puzzling pairs today. So another great puzzling pair are Fenna and Rude from Belgium. They were in Trier last weekend, and yeah, they did really well. They're the second fastest pair. Sorry, they're the first and second fastest individuals at the Belgium Championship. And then we also have Hannah and her daughter, as well as Inga and Jan. So Hannah and her daughter from Finland, and Inga and Jan from the Netherlands. So we can see basically the most people are working their outside in and have started with like the eyes are kind of just floating in the middle of the circle. So the Amelias did a quick switch of perspectives, running to the other side of the table. Okay, so correction, Sammy is from CT. What is CT? Which state is that?
Connecticut.
Connecticut. Okay, apologies. Sammy's from Connecticut and Emily's from MA. MA is that Massachusetts?
Yeah, Massachusetts.
They're very tired. So Jim is also awake because they're actually at Jim and Mari's house this weekend. They're very tired and loopy, lol. They've not seen it, so pretty excited to try it out. Okay, so this is also a true first attempt for them as well.
I think I like their team name, Wicked Quick. It's it feels like a very Massachusetts team name. So.
Yeah, and they've been doing so well recently. So the team is Emma, Emily, Mari, and Sammy, and they've also been doing a lot of regional competitions the past few weeks, and they have just been doing so well. Yeah, they're on a winning streak at the moment, so it's really good preparation for the Worlds. And yeah, of course, those are all local competitions in the US, so it's going to be interesting to see how they compare to the Europeans. So here we have Janie and Alex from the UK. Then Jenny and Maya from Finland. And also from the US, we have Jessica and Colleen.
Yeah, I think all of our American pairs are in the same time zone, the Eastern time zone, which is possibly the hardest for the time difference in this case.
Yeah, so Stitch is from a movie from Disney, and which I watched years ago, and just didn't really jump out to me. Wasn't really catchy, but it's somehow like 10 years later is like experiencing a revival. Like my daughter is wearing Stitch t-shirts, and we were at the Disney store in London recently, and there was just like, yeah, Stitch plush toys and Stitch hoodies and everything. And I'm like, what's so special about this? I don't know. Maybe it's the little pink character that's, yeah, helping to make this character popular again. But it's like some weird character that's an alien, but somehow gets mistaken for a cat or something. Maybe there's a Stitch fan that can explain why this is so popular. But I thought it was a cute puzzle.
I've never seen Lilo and Stitch, if I'm honest, but yeah, the visually the puzzle, I would like to do it, so it does look fun.
Okay, so we also have Yulia. Yulia and Mara from Austria. Kira and Rosa from Finland. We also have Leah Weinrich. I'm sorry, I can't find you on my list. Sounds German. Sorry, sorry, I found it. It's Leah Weinreich and Laura from Denmark. Okay. Yeah, yes. Sorry about that. Sorry, when I have like 100 names on my list, sometimes don't find it immediately. So we're at 24 minutes, and yeah, Danica is closing in, which is funny because the flowers, I would say, are the easier part, and they've left that till last. I definitely left the stitch characters till the end because I found them so difficult. So basically Danica has done the hardest part first, so I'm expecting that part to then fly by at the end. So we'll keep Danica yeah, on observation. So we also have Linda from Latvia with her partner Marta. Then we have Linda and Karen from the Netherlands.
Very interested in Linda and her partner's approach. They've done everything around the characters and just have to fill in the characters, it looks like.
I feel like that's how I should have done it. Like pretty much after I'd done it, I was like, I spent too much time trying to do the characters first, where I still had purple pieces left over. And I thought, if I'm going to, next time, I mean, the purple parts, the flowers, at least I found a bit more logical. I probably should have finished those first before attempting, because you have all the other pieces, they're pastel toned with black lines on them, and then it's trying to match up the black lines is the harder part. But I really like Linda's, how the puzzle looks right now on Linda's. I mean,
it's like very striking.
Yeah, you've got the nice flowery background and then like these funny like eyes just floating in the middle, but you have the silhouette. Very nice. So we also have Line and Runa from Norway. So I'm gonna go a bit faster through the list so that make sure we get everyone. Okay. So we also have Lizzie and Claire from the UK, Marin and Jörn from Germany. Now they're also a really good pair, so they were in Trier last weekend and came fourth. We did a pairs puzzle from Cherry Patsy. And we have Mari and her partner Emma from the US. So you can see that there's at the long table, you've got the other pair working there. But they're also doing really well for their first attempt. And they have a selection of boards there, which is also something they do probably when they do their team training with 4 people. They often use their boards just because they're doing 1,000 pieces, and definitely helping with their space management to have a few pieces there. Okay, looks like Jim is adjusting the camera. Thank you. So yeah, they're also closing and they're doing the colorful sections and then working towards the middle. So yeah, I think we're going to have some close finishes, but yeah, still a while away.
Yeah, I wonder if the if the 2 American pairs in the same room, if they're all chatting with each other across the table there.
So here's Maria and Veronica from Slovakia. Now they were also in Trier last weekend, and yeah, it was actually Maria's birthday yesterday, and somebody made her an amazing cake. I think any puzzler would just be absolutely in awe of this cake. The complete outside was puzzle pieces. So the icing had been sliced in the way to represent puzzle pieces all interlocking with some extra puzzle pieces placed on top. Really a work of art. Somebody really spent a lot of time creating that puzzle cake. So a very appropriate birthday cake for Maria. Then we have Maria from Sweden, and her cat is very interested. That's with her partner Evelina. So, okay, the cat wants to walk over. So Maria's puzzling with a fluffy tail in her face. And then we have Marie and Thomas from Norway. So working side by side. So here's Monica and Maggie from Austria, Nina und Niels from Denmark, Quinta and Mandy from the Netherlands, and Rebecca, but I can't find Rebecca right at this moment. Sorry, I think that's Rebecca and Pia from Germany. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I was looking for your surname. Your surname's on the screen and I was trying to find your surname, but you're just under there as Rebecca. All right, so Quinta and Mandy also doing really well, just closing in on the pink character. So the blue character is almost done. But we can see Danica is closing in on the end, only filling in the gaps now. We also have Rowan and Jesse from Netherlands, Sabina and Ivana from Czech, and Sarah from Portugal. I don't know who, Sarah, I don't know who your partner is because you registered twice just with your name and with your email address. So you have to tell me later who your partner is. Both Sarahs. Oh, okay. So maybe I got confused. Sarah and Sarah from Portugal. And we're nearing the end of the list. So we're at the S's now. We have Sophie and her partner Bera from Belgium. Then we have Stefan from Austria with Simona, and Taya and Rika from Finland. But it's gonna be Danica unless somebody else. And Danica and Patrick are done. Congratulations, 32 minutes and roughly 48 seconds. So an improvement of 3 minutes from yesterday. Well done. That's a really good time for a circular puzzle.
Somebody guessed 32 minutes, so well done to them.
Yeah, it is a tricky puzzle. Oh, the middle is so hard, but I mean, Danica really pushed through, did that part early on, and then just flew through the last part. Okay, so, but really second place is up for grabs. There are many people at similar positions. I mean, the Amelias have like still a large chunk in the middle to do. Tekla and Vicky also have the silhouette of the pink one left. And Tobias as well. So we have Monica and Maggie from Austria, Tekla and Vicky from Hungary, Tobias and Sarah from Sweden,
Yeah, now I'm wondering what the gap will be between first and second.
Then we have Ulrika, and I can't find Ulrika on my screen. I'm guessing from, oh, here from Switzerland. Ulrika and Simona from Switzerland. Ulrika, your screen has frozen. Please check your camera. And then Vesna and Jan from Finland. So I feel like we need to check in on Ellen, even though I haven't got to the end of the list yet. They must be close. Okay, closing in. I'm still, okay, still 100 pieces out though. So yeah, Ellen is also up there for contention, but it could be Emilia, Vicky, Tobias as well.
There's quite a few people that seem to be about the same progress level.
So Zach and Joelle from the UK, working there with a black table. Actually, it's quite helpful here because you can see that there are many light colored pastel pieces here, and here you can see the shapes more clearly defined. Zana. Zana, your screen is off. That's not Joanna, is it? Okay, Zana. Brokane and Jana Ravensburger, your camera is not on. Would you please check your camera? If you have another, I don't think we saw you with another device. Okay, yeah, thank you. Now it's working, Zana. So Zana and Diana from Latvia. Okay, it is freezing though. Unfortunately, there's bad quality. So, okay, so let's go in and check on some of the others who were doing well. We'll check in with Anami and Kiara. Okay, Kiara and Lena, maybe 50 pieces left. So it looks like Kiara is possibly in the lead. Tobias and the Amelias are very close. Anami still about 100 pieces out.
Yeah, I wonder what the chances are at Worlds we'll get a round one in pairs, possibly in the semifinals. Seems less likely in the first round, but yeah. I mean, after last year, I was shocked when we got one because I'd never done a Ravensburger circle before. But this year, I'd welcome it more.
Yeah, I think I would enjoy a circular puzzle if I had enough space. I mean, if I have to share a table, I think I heard some comments from last year that sharing a table with a circle of colors was really tough. But we can see here, Emily and Sammy are sharing a table and they're managing okay. They've got good space management.
And their table that they've got there looks so much like the tables you get in Spain. I don't know if that's on purpose.
Maybe they ordered one exactly to the right size for training purposes. So I'm just writing the winning time in the Google chat. So it was roughly around this time. I don't know if we started exactly on time. So no one. Yeah, so Danica has won one time before when she also had good luck of also practicing the puzzle that it happened to be before the competition. She had an amazing lead. It was something like 20 minutes until the next person. So, but here, obviously it's going to go quicker than that. We can see the Amelias they can spot the finish line. Oh, and I haven't even been checking my messages. Yeah, so Chiara and Lena, about 15 pieces left. Looks like Amelia's have less than 10. Tekla and Vicky about 30 to 40 pieces. Tobias also about 30 pieces.
This is another thing I think about having done Euro Jigsaw Jams. I put my earbuds in and listen to music when I'm doing it individually, but I don't do that when I'm competing as a pair. So I'm sure everyone is hearing everything that we're saying.
Okay, it's very close between Chiara and Amelia. Last handful of pieces.
Oh, it's getting close.
And Amelia's are done. Congratulations. We're at 40 minutes-ish. And Chiara is also done.
Fantastic.
Oh, well done. Yeah, so both in the same minute, possibly like, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds apart. Oh, excellent. Well done, Chiara and Lena, and the Amelia's excellent time. So that was a 7-minute difference between Danica and then Amelia. Okay, so now it looks like it's between Tobias, Tekla, and Inga. All are roughly about 30 pieces. So you can just see the hands flying there on Mari's screen. You can see from both sides. Oh, it looks like Sammy and Emma are closing in. So I wonder what's happening at the tables there between Mari's pair and Emily's pair. If they're glancing over, and I mean, it's very close between them. And I know that they did an Instagram reel where they raced each other, the pairs, and they were so close that they even switched up the pairs. They didn't take their normal pair.
It's fun. I wonder, yeah, when you're right next to each other doing that and you're, in a competition in real life, if you just happen to get, your pair next to the pair that is the other half of your team, how tense that would be. It might be bad. It might be distracting if you're all used to having a laugh, but yeah.
I think that would be quite fun. So let's see how Alan and Eric are doing. They have a bit of an advantage having done this before. Okay, still about 40, 50 pieces out. So a lot of people like gearing up for fourth. I mean, it looks like so many are in the same position. Mari, Linda, Ellen, Inga, Tobias, Tekla, and Emma. So all roughly with like 30-ish pieces left. So fourth place, who wants it?
Come on, guys. Yeah, Quinta and Mandy are not far off as well. Oh, yeah, they're finished.
Oh, oh,
So
Quinty and
that's fourth.
Mandy. Oh, I missed them. Okay, there's done. Okay, so fourth is Quint and Mandy. Well done. 4 minutes later. Okay, but Stefan has also filled in quite a lot. Okay, still a ways to go, but we can see that it's the pink one. It's the pink stitch, which is a bit more difficult. Everyone seems to be leaving that one for last.
There's some pairs that are doing better than I would expect, to be honest, with the difficulty level of this puzzle. So it's interesting, really, how people have different strengths, especially as a pair.
So Inga and Jan take 5th place. So that was the Amelias and Kiara and Lena were at 40 minutes. 4 minutes later was Quinta and Mandy, and then 1 minute later was Inga and Jan. Well done. Yeah, so our time, we really struggled with this. When I did this with my daughter, it took 1 hour and 16 minutes, and time just stood still. It was so long. All the pastel pieces with the black lines are going and trying to pick up the piece and think where it would place. And that's where I felt like I really should have just made sure I completed all of the puzzles and had that nice silhouette to then work my way in. So I can see people did that strategy right from the beginning, and it really paid off. So Linda is not far off, and Tobias has sneaked in there in the same minute as Inga, so also in 45 minutes. Well done, Tobias and Zara. And Vicky and Tekla are done 1 minute later as well.
Got quite a wave coming in, yeah. Oh, yep.
And that was Mari and
Emma.
Emma. And here we see the other end of the table, Emily and Sammy, so close. Not far behind, 20 pieces behind their teammates. Yeah, they're a very strong team. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they're doing at the Worlds. So Linda as well at 47 minutes. No, sorry, my timer, yes, it looks like we started 1 or 2 minutes later. I'm just saying the times that I see on the timestamp. So that was about 46 minutes for Linda. So yeah, looks like the next finishers will be Emily and Sammy, and then Alan and Eric. And then there's a bit of a gap, so but Fenna and Rude are nearing the finish. But they still have about 100 pieces left. Monica and Maggie also maybe 70 pieces left, a bit further behind.
Seeing puzzle dust being swiped away by finishers. It's interesting, a puzzle like this, if the pink character is the most difficult and a lot of people are leaving it for last, that's always something I try to avoid in a pair situation. You don't want hands all smashing into each other, trying to put pieces in the same place.
So you try to keep different sections that you're not like putting your hands in the same area.
Yeah, if it's possible, we try to, but if it's sometimes it's unavoidable.
Well, Maren and Ewan have done it the other way. They've the pink one is finished, and now they only have the blue one left. Emily and Sammy, last piece is done. Congratulations, very strong performance from the Wicked Quick team today. Awesome. Okay, so just let's see who is finished. First place, Danica and Patrick. Second, Amelia's. Third, Kiara and Lena. Fourth, Quinta and Mandy. Fifth, Inga and Jan. Sixth, Tobias and Zara. Seventh, Tekla and Vicky. Eighth, Mari and Emma. Ninth, Linda and Marta. Sorry, what number was that? What did I just say?
I've lost track.
Was that 8th or 9th? I said Inga was 5th, Tobias 6th, Tekla 7th, Mari 8th, Linda 9th, 10th, Maria Rosnikova and Veronica. Oh, we missed the finish for Maria and Veronica. So 10th is Maria. And 11th is Emily and Sammy. So it's just gone 50 minutes.
I think Connie is not too far off with her partner.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Connie and Lena, like 20 pieces left. Taya and Rika are also doing very well. And Jessica from the US with her partner Colleen. Also very close. Oh, Kira and Rosa. There. Sorry, Kira and Rosa, we missed your finish. Well done. That is then about 12th for Kira and Rosa, and Sakura Martin, Magit Sakura also just finished as well. So we're about 13 finishes now. At about 51 minutes, which is also an excellent time.
See, Ellen and Eric have finished.
And Ellen.
This is where I don't envy Joanna being the assistant with as many people.
Yeah, well, with pairs, the time just goes so much faster.
Yeah.
What's your fastest time for a pairs for 500 pieces?
I think 28 minutes. I think I'd have to check, but which is not that fast. But it's also the one I have my fastest individual time on, the Fisherman Ravensburger 500 puzzle.
Yeah, with my daughter, we got our best time last weekend with 37 minutes.
That's good.
Yeah. Janie, can you just adjust your camera? We can't see your puzzle so well. We see a lot of the wall. Can you just, okay, you can slide your puzzle over. That also works. Thank you. And I've been told, Zana, your screen is off again. Can you check your camera, please? Zana. Jessica, all right, 53 minutes. Well done, Jessica from the US.
Excellent showing from the 3 American pairs. But you probably have to be pretty committed to get up at 3 in the morning to compete. Yeah.
Okay, so we're at 16th places now. Good. So, Danica, are you still there? Then.
Yeah.
Yes, we're here.
Hi, Danica and Patrick. Well done. So you had luck again with the puzzle choice, puzzle practice. But it wasn't just this puzzle that you practiced. You did choose like 6 or so to do.
Yeah, we have like, I think 13 or 14 circle puzzles because it's just a favorite puzzle of Patrick. So
yeah, I really enjoy them.
Yeah.
These puzzles, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And so what parts did you find the hardest?
the pink stitch, I don't know what it's called, but I think that's the hardest part. Yeah, for me at least.
So yeah, we repeated our strategy from our from yesterday, and I know that I struggle the most with the pink hearts. So I let Danique do the stitches because well, she was a lot better with it, and I just decided to do everything around it. And at some point I got stuck, but yeah, Danique is very complimentary in that way. She hands me little pieces or little projects, and then I can continue to complete them. And yeah, it usually ends up that yeah, we're a lot faster. I mean, individually, I'm a very slow puzzler. So yeah, all credits to Danique on this one.
And we work like to each other. So I started from the bottom and Patrick started from the top. So we work towards the middle. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I mean, that sounds like a good strategy, and we could see it from the beginning that, yeah, you were very confident with the stitch, Danica, where others are kind of holding back and trying to do the colorful parts around the edge. You just went straight for it and were building from the bottom up. That was really interesting to see.
It's just hard. We both work at the flowers and we get them cut us away. So we decided to separate.
And that's also the reason why we're sitting opposite. So
Yeah.
for me, it's easier to just start on the top part and she starts on the bottom part.
Yeah, so SJ had a couple of questions for you.
Yeah. Oh, well, so my first question actually, Danica, is how tall are you?
Sorry?
How tall are you?
How tall I am? I'm like 1 meter 55 centimeters. So yeah, very small. Very
I
small.
suspected. I'm about the same height, and I recognize some of your moves, kind of sort of leaning on the table with one arm and puzzling with the other because it's hard to reach. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. But yeah, no, that's really interesting. Some of the methods you have to this, and your favorite type is a circular puzzle, Patrick. I think a lot of people don't like them so much, so that's really interesting.
Well, I like puzzles with a lot of different colors in it, or at least like gradient colors or something like that. So we have our different other puzzle brands which also have these gradient puzzles, and yeah, they really appeal to me. So yeah, they're my favorite type of puzzles. And yeah,
you practice them a lot lately.
Yeah, lately we've been doing the circle puzzles a lot, simply because I enjoy them the most.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. So what is your relationship to each other?
Yeah, well, we're
living together, boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah, we are a pair. So yeah.
So do you get to practice all the time then because you live together?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, yesterday we did like 6 or something like that, and
sometimes in the evenings after work.
Yeah. So
fantastic. Well, how long have you been speed puzzling together?
Just like a couple months together, I think.
Yeah, you started last year?
I started last year in November, and you started like 3-4 months ago.
Yeah, so occasionally we did a few puzzles, and we noticed that our first times were okay, about 10 minutes faster than Danique did it our own. And I'm currently worth around 20 minutes or something like that from her time. So I'm improving. But it's very consistent across all puzzles, so which is funny.
Yeah, no, that's really interesting. That I find, because I live with my pairs partner as well. I'm not the best individually, but I get faster when I puzzle with him. Like if I could puzzle that fast by myself as I puzzle when I'm with my partner, I'd be a much faster puzzler.
It's the opposite way around here. Danique is a lot faster and I'm a very slow one, because if I would have done this circle puzzle alone, I usually am close to 2 hours. So yeah.
Okay.
So you can see how fast she is compared to me. So
Yeah, well, that'll be yes, but also you must be very good together because otherwise you would not be winning a Euro Jigsaw Jam.
Yeah,
So you're a good pair.
We communicate a lot as well. So if we're missing something or we get stuck, then we help each other, like giving this little projects, and then the other can continue. So yeah.
it's also with our other hobbies. For example, you are allowed to know we do a lot of escape rooms, for example, and we do them together as well, and we complete them most of them too. But it's all due up to our communication.
Yeah.
And it seems it works for puzzles as well. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. Oh, so I take it you'll be in Spain in September or
No, we're not.
no.
We're on holiday during that time, so we won't be, and maybe next year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're considering next
We're
year.
considering next year. Yeah.
Yeah, you should do. I think the better the puzzling level, the better it is for everyone. And you guys are really good. So I'd love to see you there sometime. Yeah, no. I'm trying to think. Well, have you ever done an in-person competition as a pair?
No.
No.
Oh,
It's like the first competition today together.
This is actually my first competition. Yeah.
oh wow. That's amazing. Straight out of the gate, and you get
I was always
the
watching
first
her
place.
doing her puzzles. For example, with the Misfit toys, I was cheering in the couch a bit further on, and I was like, "Oh, Danique, come on, you're so far ahead. Come on, complete this!" And I was jumping all around, and yeah, I don't know. I find it amazing how fast she can do these puzzles, and no word for it. It's great. Yeah.
No, well, I hope to see you in real life one day at a competition, whether it's in Spain or elsewhere, another trio maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there are any other questions I had. I guess one last question: is there for you? Is there a difference in how your strategy is for a circular puzzle as a pair versus a rectangular puzzle?
I think it varies on the puzzle. I mean, we just look at the image and then like, okay, this is probably something I'm better at than you. And then I just decide to do that thing. But mostly it's me doing borders.
Yeah, you always do the edges.
Yeah, edges is my strength, so to say. And Danique usually looks at
The image.
the image itself, mainly because she's doing larger puzzles as well. She notices these little details.
Yeah.
Quite fast. So yeah.
That's interesting. So Danica, you do large piece count puzzles.
Yeah, I've done a few 6,000 piece, and I'm starting, I think, in 2 weeks with the magical dragon forest of 9,000. Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
It seems a common theme with really fast puzzlers that they do the large piece counts. So I need to get a big puzzle and do one. But yeah, no, that's interesting. Do you like large piece counts, Patrick?
I do like them. The only downside is that the whole table is covered in puzzle, obviously. No, I do like them a lot as well. The bigger images. That's actually where I started puzzling as well. I used to do like 2,000 or 3,000 pieces at home. And help Danique out with certain sections of
And
puzzle.
sorting.
Yeah, and sorting.
Yeah.
The magical puzzle, magical dragon forest puzzle, she sorted out was like, I think there are like 17 boxes or something like that.
Yeah.
All
different files. Yeah.
Yeah, all different files, and I helped out with sorting the edges and then some of the rough colors on it. Yeah, I do like big puzzles.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, well, I've run out of questions at least. Is there anything else that you guys, interesting that you found about the puzzle or comments on the puzzle itself?
No, well, we did it before. I think it's the third time, and the first time we were like between 45 and 50 minutes, but it's just so tricky. So that's the reason why we did it yesterday in our practice round. We chose the puzzles we thought tricky or we had problems with, and yeah.
That's very smart.
Yeah, we'll just look at the pictures and or at the puzzles and see where we struggle and try to improve on that part of the puzzle.
Change strategy
on it. And we'll just do a couple of rounds with that strategy and see if it works out or not. And if it works out, yeah, we're lucky for us. And otherwise, we just have to look further and see how we can improve.
And if you do a lot of circle puzzles, of course, you get the idea better of the pieces and how they round up in the puzzle. So
yeah, because all the individual puzzle pieces are pretty much the same in every puzzle. So you start to recognize the shape of the puzzle piece, and you kind of know on which
side or how
on which far in the puzzle it's going to be. So yeah, that helps a lot as well. And yeah.
Yeah, I know that's my favorite part of a round puzzle is or at least for Ravensburger, it's the cut is so obvious compared to the rectangular, which is less obvious. And so yeah, once I got used to that cut, I realized, oh, I quite like this. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Are there any more questions from the chat? Maybe anyone have questions or Michelle?
Yeah, no, it was just really interesting to see how fast you worked at it. And it's a shame that you won't be there, Danica, because you really deserve a spot in the World Finals. Like, you're just so, consistent. And I mean, I see all the puzzles you post on Instagram, like you're really training hard. So, but yeah, maybe next time. But
next time. Yeah.
It's really exciting you see in our competitions, and you're always like up there in the, like with the last competition, you're in the top 6. So yeah, very exciting to have you with us. So thank you very much for participating, and enjoy the rest of your day.
And thanks for organizing again.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, bye.
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 So just caught there, Lena finished. Yeah. Good. So we've had, I'll just give you an update on where we are with participants right now. I'll just add one more to the screen. So we have now had 25 pairs have finished. So I think I said that, yeah, Jessica was number 16th, Maren and Jorn 17th, Rowan 18th, Monica and Maggie 19th. Then Anami and Raphael, Stefan and Simona, Janie and Alex. That brings up to 22. And then we've just had the finishes from Fenna and Rude, Hannah and Timia, and Line and her partner. So we're now at 25 pairs. But it's only 1 hour and 6 minutes. So if you're training for the Worlds, you should be aiming for under 1 hour and 15 minutes. They do have a shorter time limit for the pairs at the World. However, our competition does run for 2 hours. We do have a lot of less experienced people with us, and so we want as many people as possible to finish. So yeah, if you've still got a lot of pieces on your table, don't worry, just keep going. Don't give up. So I think this would be a good time to bring in the Amelias. Oh, they're doing another puzzle. Oh, and they've almost finished the Paris puzzle.
They're gonna be ready in 2 minutes or so, so they will come back in 2 minutes.
Okay, no worry. We'll check out number 3. Thanks, Daniel. So, third for today was, I've forgotten already. Chiara and Lena. Okay.
You're here. 1 second.
Oh, I see Jelini's.
Yeah, we were doing a Jelini puzzle in the meantime.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't prepare the camera. Hello.
Hi. So this is a new combination.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How did you find each other as a pair?
Yeah, you were very fast. That was nice. Yeah.
It was too. I think it's fun. It's nice having someone that, lives next to each other and to be able to meet up like this just on a Sunday morning for a couple of hours.
Yeah. Oh, so you found out recently that you live near each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's actually thanks to you because you have been collecting, contacts of people now for the AGJs. And I think I saw you were from Munich from the registration in Hope or
Yes.
Worlds.
Yeah.
And so that's how we contacted each other.
Yeah, and we're only living 5 minutes away. So.
Yeah. That was a surprise. I expected like it's Munich, it's going to be someone, living like 40 minutes away and like we might just meet up once because why not? And instead it's around the corner. So it's great.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. And also for you, Kiara, to have like a enthusiastic, fast speed partner because yeah, Magdalena has also, yeah, you were twice in the top 10.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, once with pairs with the Veroni and also in a solo as well. So that's nice to see you work together. I mean, that was a really good time. Had you done the puzzle before?
No. And I really like it. Like I had almost bought it for myself like a while ago because like I like the image. I didn't expect it to be so hard though. Like I knew it was a circle one, but like even I don't know, like the stitches, recognizing the patterns and figuring out what goes where, like was much harder than I expected from just looking at the picture. Even looking at it done, it seems easier than like when you're actually doing it. But I love it.
Yeah, I like the image, but I don't like round puzzles. So
You don't like round puzzles? Why?
no. Yeah, I'm so much slower with a round puzzle than a normal puzzle. Yeah.
Because of the unusual piece cuts?
Yes. I don't know.
I think they're harder to figure out. Like I lose my perspective on the puzzle a bit, especially this one, like when it's like a fake round, like the one with the Pokemon was also the same. Like I don't understand like how I need to turn the picture around because I keep trying to look at the round shape, but also I should just look at the image and figure out like how the image looks like, but my brain cannot connect the two things together, or at least it's not used to it yet. So I had, Stitch like nose like turned around 90 degrees for, I don't know, 10 minutes before I realized that I just needed to completely turn it around. And it doesn't make sense, but it's just, I find it harder in perspective.
Yeah, I find the pieces quite illogical because like when I'm doing the flip with my daughter, like the really small tight curves, it's like, oh, that's a centerpiece, and so we start pulling out pieces like anything from the inner circle, let's grab those and put them there. And then there are other pieces I'm convinced that they belong to the inner circle, but they're actually like maybe out towards the outer circle, but because they have this very tight curve and
I know it like the same thing happens to me. So yeah, that's the second thing. Like the pieces, like it's not logical where the pieces go and in what direction they are. It's like this must go towards the center, and it's like nope, it was turned 90 degrees around because this looked like a curve, but it's a side curve and not a circle curve.
Exactly, yeah. So like I had like a bunch of pieces in the middle and they just weren't connecting with the with the inner circle. I was like convinced, it's like they must fit here. And then I just had the pieces scattered around, and then eventually I just had to like take them out and go, no, okay, I accept they don't belong here. I'll get to them later. Yeah. So SJ, would you like to go ahead?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so have you puzzled together before today?
Kind of once.
Yes, we were meeting once, and there we are puzzling also on speed, but chatting most of the time.
Yeah, like we met once, like when I wrote, we found out that we lived next to each other. We met once on an afternoon for a couple of hours. I think we did a 1,000 piece puzzle without even speeding it, just while chatting. And then we did a couple of 500s while speeding. And then we decided, okay, let's try doing some of this if it works out. But then, like, for example, the last one, I ended up being in Italy. So Nicola had to jump in again and be my first partner because I was traveling. So
Fair enough. Yeah, well, that's a good result. Absolutely. To this be your first like real go at it. So well done. I guess how was your communication if this is kind of a new partnership here? How did you find, just working with the pieces with each other?
Yeah, one of we each of us has a part which he's doing, and we sorted out the parts for the other
For
one.
each other,
for the
yeah.
other.
So like with this puzzle, like the areas are big, so I think we didn't have a lot of neither communication needs,
Yes.
neither communication gaps, because it was just we agreed what to start with separately, and like we helped each other like sort out the pieces, and then like that continued. But Lena was working on the background, and I started from the bottom, and then like working on stitch, and like yes, we ended up on the pink stitch together, but
Yeah.
so I think it was fine. Like on a busier puzzle, we once it happens, we will figure out more like how we need to communicate.
Well, do you have more pairs competitions that you might do together, more Euro Jigsaw Jams or something?
Yeah, the next time I'm doing the pairs competition with Veronica, but maybe when there's another competition,
Like we don't have anything planned yet,
Yeah.
but there is an informal. Well, we live next to each other, so it's very likely that it will happen again. We just don't have anything scheduled right now.
All right, cool. Well, I think you said you left the pink stitch to last. Is there anything for both of you individually in terms of color that you consistently find more difficult? Like is pink and red a more difficult color, or it just happened to be the last thing that you did?
For me, in this case, it just happened to be. I usually find blue hardest, I think, unless it is the gradient sky. Like the gradient sky is okay, but like when there is just random blue things on the puzzle, I tend to not go for them first. Pink was the thing that was standing out to me. It's just that there's different pinks, right? So like the hard pinks in the background is what stood out to both of us, and we sorted it out for Lena. And I started from the purple at the bottom. The pink stitch here, I think, is, I don't know, generic color, kind of beige almost, and it's like it's just what you leave for last. What you usually do with white or black, like they, at least for me, they don't tend to stand out, and so I tend to not start from them, even when you should. Like here, like doing the eyes was a thing that was important, but I didn't realize that for a while.
Well, are there any colors, Lena, that you struggle with, like in general?
I think with brown and so dark green, that's not so nice, but
okay.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Yeah, I'm like Kiara, blue. When I do the circle of colors puzzles, blue is always my last one, and I struggle with it the most for some reason. Who knows? So I'm very interested if we all have different structures in our eyes that make us better at one color or worse at another. So then, for you both, are you familiar with Stitch and the character and the Disney film and all that?
no, I doesn't know Stitch before. Also, I saw him before, or I know the name, but yeah.
I am. Well, long ago, I guess, but I have seen the first movie a few times. But I do not know the name of the pink character.
I don't think anyone has said the name yet. I still don't know. Yes. I'm asking because I'm not familiar. I am like Lena. I know the name. I know of Stitch, but I've never seen the films. So I wonder, is there an advantage to being familiar with a character, like an animated character, or a disadvantage to being unfamiliar?
In a puzzle like this, I think it doesn't matter at all. In a puzzle where you have a lot of characters and they're smaller, like I think there might be advantages because you can distinguish one character from the other more easily because you just, you know that this color is the dress from that, I don't know, princess, for example. Like I've noticed that on collages with a lot of princesses, like knowing the princesses, it's very easy to like make piles. Maybe it's still easy to make piles because they just have colors, but maybe it's easier to match, the hair to the right dress or whatever. I don't know for real because I've never tested it out with someone who doesn't know characters and me and see whether like we are better or slower at certain things.
Yeah, I did a Disney 500 collage. I can't remember what it's called, but it's kind of got the gold Mickey outline and all kinds of different bits around it. I did that recently, and I just thought, oh, I wish I knew who these characters were. It would help. Yeah, because it's lots of small details. But yeah, it's. But I agree. Yeah, and something like this, you could never ever have heard of Stitch before, and it's just a clearer image like that. So yeah. No, I'm wondering, I don't know, do you have any more thoughts on the puzzle? Like anything that really stood out to you that you want to talk about? No.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
No worries. Well, I think I've asked all the questions that had occurred to me.
I have one question. So the round puzzles come with a poster. Actually, my poster is gone. But I think, did yours come with a poster?
I think so, or well, at least usually they do. Now I'm curious. Let me check.
Maybe I had one and it's just disappeared.
Yeah, there is one.
There is. Do you ever use the round puzzles? The posters from the round puzzles? Because my opinion is, I hate the posters. I never use them for the round puzzles. They're way too big and they kind of flop over if I try to like put them in a holder or something. And yeah, I'm quite happy with the size of the box image. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. I don't like the poster, so usually I only need the box for normal puzzles, so for round puzzle also.
Yeah, I never tried. The one thing that I wonder, but then I never like even checked, is whether like the puzzle is exactly the size of the poster, but I don't think that's even the case. Like the poster is still smaller than the puzzle. So you can't even like go and like place the piece on top and like the image is big enough. I'm not sure why they do the posters for this one. I understand the posters for the giant puzzles. Like I do use the posters on the 9000 because the box is just not easy to have around and it's huge. And so you put the box away and you keep the poster. But for a puzzle of this size, yeah, the box seems more than enough. I'm not sure.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time today, Chiara and Lena. Well done on your third place. Excellent result.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
So we've now, so at the time is 1 hour and 22 minutes, and we've had about 33 people finish. So I see that the Amelias are ready. They've finished their second puzzle, flying through that Paris puzzle. What was your time for that one?
This Paris postcard we did like in 19 minutes or something, and we did also another puzzle before this competition in 19 minutes. So
19 as in 19.
yeah, it's like less than 20.
Wow.
We did this one, yeah, also less than 20.
Wow. What is the world record? Like, what's the fastest time on a pairs puzzle?
I don't know from competition wise, but in my speed puzzling, I think there are only people ahead of us. Basically, there's like a lot of people who have done the other postcards as a pair, but I don't know what would be, for example, a time for puzzle that nobody has like done before. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like an amazing time. like
But those are easy puzzles, so let's also remember that.
Yeah, okay. Well, it was still very impressive, and yeah, good that you're feeling better, Amelia, and that you have make the most of this weekend with puzzles before breakfast and puzzles after breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the stitch one, tell us what you thought of that one.
Oh, boys. I mean, we had a game plan for it already yesterday because I thought that that will be the one, that one or the Wednesday. So we had a game plan for both. I think the game plan worked from the beginning, but oh boys, it's always like when you analyze before, and then it's a little bit different when you see the pieces. Like I was like, oh, I'm gonna collect the blue hearts like in the background first. Then I realized they are almost the same color as the whatever it's called, those little creatures. But
Yeah, so someone said the pink one is called Angel.
okay, so yeah, I got confused with those.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just yeah, and I think it's really hard. Like I thought maybe I would just pick up a piece and place it where it belongs, roughly on the body, but I couldn't tell the difference between like the circular part of the eye or the ear, or was it the butt or the arm. Like it was a lot harder. Like I should have given up a lot earlier on that strategy and just like try to like make a silhouette and close
Yeah.
in.
I think also the issue with round puzzles in general is that you cannot shape short. So if you have a hard puzzle like this, there is no shape shorting. There's no tactic to kind of like fall into. And also like sometimes, okay, you can a little bit look at the shape, but it's like everything is almost like unique. And sometimes there's like a hole and you think that there goes two pieces. And then at some point you realize, oh, there's this one big piece that actually goes there. So it's like really not helping. So we just had to, we switched places a couple of times and just trying stuff.
Yeah, I also noticed that there was like a long piece and there was like 5 holes and knobs, and so I was looking for 2 small pieces to fit into that place. And then at some point I was like, it's this long curvy piece. So it's always like the surprises of the circular shape. Yeah. So what else have you got planned this weekend?
Well, we've been trying to practice. I have a funny story for you. So I was so sad when you had the competition on Wednesday because I wasn't able to buy it. I was wishing everybody good luck, and I was so sad I couldn't participate it because I didn't have the puzzle. Guess what we just found today? Oops. I'm so sad now. I was so excited for that competition. I was so sad that I didn't have the puzzle, and I was even speculating.
So that's from Thursday.
Yeah, was it Thursday or Wednesday? I don't know, but like, yeah, I actually had that puzzle, so I literally just missed it, thinking that I didn't have it. So.
Oh no! So you need like a bag or a box of puzzles just for upcoming, and
but it was even in my calendar. But I've been just honestly just too stressed out lately, and it just I don't know how did I came to the conclusion that I don't have it.
Yeah.
We were just looking at it yesterday. Amelia came here. We were looking at why there is actually 2 puzzles wrapped. I was like, uh-oh. Oh
well, maybe you can yeah. Well, I'll be interested to hear your time on that one and to kind of roughly where you would have placed. But
yeah.
So SJ, you had some questions for the Amelias.
Yeah. Hi, both. I'm wishing you both good health, first of all. But yeah, no, so my first question is, what's the time distance between your homes? Because is it 5-6 hours? It's quite far.
Yeah. 5 hours.
Yeah, I mean 6 hours if you stop to it, which you obviously have to because you
but-
can't just drive that way straight through. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, will you get to meet again to practice before you go to Spain?
I don't think so. I mean, probably we're gonna hopefully practice in Valladolid for at least once. But other than that, I think this was our 3rd practice. Actually, not even a practice. We kind of had like the first one. We were in a team competition together. We didn't really practice, but that was the first time this year. And then we had before the Finnish championships, at least we did a couple of puzzles. And then this weekend got a little bit ruined, but we did manage to practice a little bit. Obviously, today a couple of puzzles and yesterday night some. So we're trying to just feel confidence and rocking the world.
Well, that was my next question. How do you feel about your chances in Spain?
Well, we hope that we will do great, but I think our both health situation is like, so
Yeah, I mean,
hopefully it's there on the top and we can.
I think my like training philosophy right now is that I even try to practice when I'm like completely down, because it's just the reality. My health issues are not gonna go away magically. So then if we need to win in a way that we're both blind and our other hand is tied in our backs, then that's how we practice to win that way. So what can you do? You're gonna just do excuses, and I mean, I guess it's always a lot of people have health issues or something. So I try to kind of like, if it's something I cannot change, then I just accept it and practice that way. So
Yeah, I have a similar philosophy insofar as if I have a headache, if I have a cold, if I have my back hurts, whatever, I still practice, because I think on the day of a competition, I might have a headache, I might have a cold, I might have a backache. So I need to feel what it's like beforehand to do better the second time. But yeah, so I really respect that. That's an extra layer to the practicing is the health, maybe not being 100%. So yeah, I wish you both well in that sense. It's better to compete healthy. It's more pleasant. So yeah, no, and also Amelia Kay, I hope you're well for
Yeah.
you're in the same team, true that.
yeah. So that's if you're not feeling well, don't worry, we'll take care of you, so don't worry.
I will.
Well, I've tried to think what else I was going to ask. Oh, have you been in, I know you don't have tons of practice, like you say, you quite live far away. Do you practice circular ones at all when you're like, I mean, I'm sure you practice all types when you meet?
Well, actually, we haven't done too much of a round puzzle. Last year we did one before the Worlds, but obviously yesterday, I mean, I'm not stupid. I saw that it's a round, and I even thought that it's either the Stitch or Wednesday. I obviously didn't have either of those puzzles in my collection, but I think we did 2 Little Sun puzzles. And I think it was also anyway good, because I think we're gonna see round puzzles in the Worlds as well. So yeah, it's just different also, like when you do it with the pair, like also the round, like you cannot just trust that, okay, you have both individually done round puzzles and then it's gonna be like 1 + 1 is 2, like that's not gonna happen. So it was a good practice, and now we know also our mistakes. We learned that we have to switch more often the places, and we need to have somebody who's responsible attaching the puzzle islands and stuff like that. So
yeah. Well, that was my next question, was actually going to be, have you started thinking about the predictions for what we will see at the Worlds? And it sounds like, yeah, you've got some ideas already. When might you share your predictions?
So I have my speculations done already over a month ago. There is a list. I'm pretty confident about it. I have list for all the qualification rounds for individual and pairs, also semifinals. It's shared in my Speed Up program, so those people have access to it, and I probably will do the kind of like publish to all as I did last year. Will be kind of like the last video before the World, so probably a Thursday before the event starts, I will publish them in some. I don't know if I will actually go through this puzzle, because that's kind of list I have right now, but at least give some kind of hint and what's my logic behind my speculations. So
yeah, you have a very high rate of correct predictions, so I think folks should watch out for what you predict. So yeah, no, I think that's all the questions I had for you guys, but I always love watching you two, actually. I'll just say that.
thank you.
Yeah, I just have one more question popped into my mind. So obviously there were a lot of new releases in July, and there's going to be more releases in September. At least in Germany, there's another release of Ravensburger. Like from those that have been released so far, have you done every single one, or do you have the opportunity to do every single one? Like, do you just buy every single one, or you just swap with your friends and so you've done every single one possible, or do you leave it up that there's also going to be some new fresh ones for you at the Worlds?
No, well, I've done maybe couple, but well, you have.
Yeah,
I've-
I have like ordered, but it's not always that easy to order to Finland. So I have something coming from Amazon, and Amazon just let me know, oh, by the way, your delivery date is now going to be after the World. So yeah, but I have like a bunch of puzzles I have kind of like piled up for the practice, but most of them are like from the older catalogs. And then I feel like we're on social media always like somebody, I think Tobias just ordered from UK or something, and I was like, I've never seen these puzzles already. So it's like I question myself every day, am I doing kind of like the right ones? But I mean, it's just the reality of the sports right now. I think it's like we need to stop being like, okay, these times are not comparable because somebody has done it before. Because now we are in the situation that a lot of people do puzzles multiple times. Somebody has always done it. It's not going to be just few people like in the previous years. Now it's like more. Statistically, it's more likely that more people have done the puzzle than the other way around. So everything is comparable, even if it's somebody's first time and somebody's 10th time. So just to be prepared, it's the reality of the sports right now. So
because I would have thought it was the other way, because when I think, well, the Americans also have their releases, and sometimes the UK is different to what we see here in Germany. So even my partner who's from Austria, I asked him to send me a picture of his all the 500-piece puzzles that he owns right now, so that I don't have to buy that. If I see he's got one, I can just ask to borrow it over there when we meet in Spain. And he had 3 American puzzles from the US collection that I've never seen here, and I was like, okay, definitely bring those to Spain. We're going to check those out. So I personally would imagine, but obviously it's not based on experience, just from my own thoughts, that there will be a range of new releases from around the world. So there will be, for a lot of people, kind of a fresh attempt.
Yeah, I have pretty good like logic in behind that, but obviously I'm not going to reveal it because that would be unfair for the people who pay for my training program. But yeah, there is always a logic why I predict something. As Michelle knows, I usually ask you, for example, what's my logic right here when I predicted something. So obviously I do have a very calculated logic and kind of like background stuff on my predictions. So, but yeah, I'm going to be quiet now because now I'm going to start too much. Just even not commenting is too revealing.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to get any ideas from you, or like to get you to.
I know everybody tries that.
No, because I was on the Ravensburger website, because I think I've mentioned before that like I have to go through a supplier, and by the time my Ravensburger deliveries arrive, like literally 2 or 3 months have passed. So I haven't even ordered the new releases, because it's like I'm going to first see what they use at the Worlds, because I don't want to pick something from, order something, 80 pieces of something, and then yeah, maybe I don't want that one after the Worlds. So I'm going to wait until to see what happens. But of course I want to order some of the new releases, and so I was like comparing the ones with sky and going, okay, these ones have a lot of sky. This one has some gradient and a bit more color, so that one looks easier. So I'll order the hard one. So of course I'm not going to order like 15 puzzles. So I just ordered the harder ones of each kind of variety. One with sky, one that was a bit busy, one that was a bit like landscape, cityscape, and of that. And in the end, it's just going to be like we'll see what happens. Yeah. Well, thank you very much. Well, good luck for the rest of your training day, and we'll see you soon, if not in Valladolid.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
So I've completely lost track where we are. Okay, so those on the screen are still working away. I've got a tip that Zach is getting close. Yes, so, oh, look at that, just filling in their gaps here of stitch. And it's interesting that Ulrika has actually resorted to shape sorting, but there's just a lot more variety of shapes. it's not the classic piece shapes, but still some kind of order and system going on there. All right, so let's yeah, so Daniela just had a so the time is 1 hour and 39 minutes. Sorry, Daniela, we don't have time for that at the moment, but I'll just read it out. So Daniela in the Netherlands has a meetup today in the Netherlands, and she's also being quite active. They're going to have more regular meetups and competitions. So if you're in the Netherlands area, please get in contact with Daniela, the Purple Puzzler. Because we do have some Americans very early in the morning and they're hanging around waiting for me, so I don't want to keep them waiting any longer. Are you saying, yeah, so just get in touch with Daniela on Instagram at the Purple Puzzler. All right, so I'm going to ask Mari to join us and whoever else is there.
Hello.
I haven't got to find you. Where are you? There you
We're
are.
here.
Hi, so you got Sammy with you.
Yes.
So what time did your alarm go off this morning?
2:45.
Oh my God.
Okay. And you're looking rather jolly for someone who's had like 3 hours of sleep or so.
We're very well lit at the moment. We're just gonna follow Ravens.
Yeah, and so how was your experience of competing in the early hours of the morning?
Intense, but really fun. It's a part of a big training weekend for our team, Wicked Quick. We're all together. And we had 2 competitions yesterday, and we have another competition in a couple of hours. So Emma and Emily fell over asleep before we finished before we could talk to you guys. So we'll fall over next, and then we'll get up and do it again.
Yeah.
But this is really fun to get to hang out with you guys. We've been watching you on YouTube, and it looks like so much fun. So not missing out is great.
Yeah. And yeah, so you, how did you find the puzzle today?
Challenging. We have it's very hard for us in the US to get a hold of a lot of those puzzles, so we don't have the circle of colors that aren't either concentric circles or pie charts, the ones that are like straight up scenery like the Stitch. So we obviously knew from the box it was a circle, and we suspected it was going to be something that we didn't even have a shot at prepping. So it's fine, because our strategy is always about like whatever comes out of the bag or whatever comes out of the wrapping, that's what we're doing. Our team strength is figuring out what to do in the moment on the table. It's a very, very challenging puzzle. I think we were looking at some of the catalog, and all 4 of us ranked this as our last place choice of what we would like to do with it.
The Wednesday was worse.
But it's very cute, and we're going to practice it a lot. So it's great.
Yeah, and so what was what were the conversations going on at your table between the pairs, and like were you like aware, like did you talk between the 4 of you, or you basically just like communicating as a pair?
We kind of kept it separate. Like we're obviously at the same table, so we're right next to each other, so we're kind of hearing each other, so we're like hearing each other strategizing and then going, oh, that's a good idea. But mostly we're keeping it between the pairs.
Our pairs have different styles. Emily and Sammy like to work top and bottom. So Sammy's amazing puzzling upside down. She loses almost none of her speed going upside down. We call her the bat because she just hangs upside down and it's fine. And Emma and I work much more in a different kind of orientation where we're both facing the puzzle, but it means we have to reach across each other a lot more. So it's a different style with each pair, but we're looking for the same kind of things. A lot of the discussion, at least for Emma and I, was around what we were going to call things. Because it's not enough on a puzzle like this to say the blue Stitch, because it's huge. It's what, like 200 pieces? And there's lots of repetition within the Stitch, right? Where are the dark blue bits? Where are the little shady bits? Where are the white bits? Right? You know, the face is obvious, but once you're through that, good luck if you can't really break that image up. And there's not necessarily like a standardized language for that. So you have to kind of name it as you go and discuss and say, okay, here's a piece. We're calling this that. Yeah.
So what did you call these long things hanging down?
What did you guys?
We didn't.
Oh, we called them the antenna, and that was a thing that we named very early because we knew we'd need to grab.
Yeah. Yeah, because also I didn't actually think of the name of that when I was doing it myself. But I kept on picking up pieces and trying to find if they match there. And I was like, no, it's not the ear. And now that I look at it, there's like a second ear. Hang on,
Yes,
one,
there is.
2,
There's a lot of
3.
ears.
There's a lot of ears.
What? I didn't even notice that when I was doing it. There's
We
3
noticed.
ears. 3 ears.
Yeah, so we noticed we had like names of things that we were talking about. There was arm shadow, there was bright butt spot, there was purple spot, there was toenail, dark toenail, light toenail, there was outline yellow squidgy, plain yellow squidgy, right? So like we just had
called them flowers.
Oh, you called them flowers, we
Yeah.
called them squidgies.
I like squidgy. I appreciate it every time you said it, but
Okay, so that's really interesting because yeah, there are more details here. Like I also noticed there was a dark spot here and there, but I never actually named it. So
Yeah.
are you telling each other like, oh, I'm looking for these pieces, I'm looking for like the dark spot, or I'm looking for the flower with the yellow outline?
Yes. And sometimes you're in the pile pulling for a certain project and you discover something about the other person. So for instance, I was in the blue stitch and Emma was in the pink, and I suddenly found I was like, what is this extra purple? I'm like, this is her back spot. And I can give Emma a handful and say, put this in right now, it was here. And she did the same for me a couple of times.
Yeah. Right. So we're also looking forward to seeing all of you at the Worlds. And yeah, what are your expectations and hopes and dreams for the Worlds?
For people who haven't slept at all.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to just being there.
Yeah, just like meeting people. Like it's our first time going to Worlds, and just meeting all the international community is going to be really cool. And just having fun puzzling and being in that environment, it's going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at that level is really exciting. Like all of us are excellence freaks. So we're always looking, like no matter how well something goes, like we want better, we want better, we want better. Frequently at team practice, we'll finish a puzzle and like all 4 of us will be completely down in the dumps. And, you know, like there will be tears or something over 40 seconds. And then suddenly we'll stop and be like, we're talking about a 35-minute finish and we're upset. What are we doing? So it's nice to it's a sport where you can always want more. And like, we're to the point, I think, where there are enough really great people. It's really crowded at the top and we're pushing the limits of physics, of what is physically possible to do with this many pieces in this sort of space. And that's really exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I noticed that one of the was it Emily on your team? She writes on her Instagram that she's like some math nerd or something, or like an analyst. Like, how does that come into your like analysis or your?
We're all nerdy, like, and we do a lot of like statistics and like how fast does like the flip take, and so we're doing a lot of like analyzing, and we are doing math. It comes into play.
Sammy and Emily are math people. Emma's a programmer. I'm a musician, but competitively. So I know the world stage in other disciplines. And then my partner is Jim Eakins, who has commentated for the AJJ before. And he's our stats and brain guy. So he's watching, while we're puzzling, he's watching game tape and he's analyzing what we're doing. And so the 5 of us work really closely to look for every mechanic and every strategy and really break things apart so we can look for where to improve and what's technical. And yeah.
And how did it come about that Jim became your coach? Like, did you say, oh, we need someone to watch us and to be a coach, or was he just like noticing and commenting? And
he was just there for you guys. So for me, Jim is the reason that I'm a speed puzzler. I have done jigsaw puzzles and loved jigsaw puzzles my whole life, although Jim says I should always specify I did the same 6 jigsaw puzzles for my entire life, because I grew up, my family did not have a lot of means, so my mom would save and save and save to buy 1 Ravensburger, and it was the biggest treat ever. At the height of my collection, I had 6 Ravensburgers. I had them memorized, and what I would do was dump them all in the same big pile, mix them up, and do them simultaneously. So I've done them my whole life, but I don't have the breadth of repertoire like Sammy's got the most of it. She's the librarian. She's got the most amazing library and has the breadth. I have the depth.
Yes.
But I'd always, because I didn't have many puzzles, the game was always to see how long I could make them last. And therefore the game was, let's get Mario a puzzle that's undoable. And that never really worked out very well for anybody except for me. I got to do a puzzle. So one day Jim realized that he couldn't stop me from doing puzzles, but maybe if I did them faster, we could spend more time together. And so on January 2nd, 2023, he said to me, you know, they race these. And I went, no, surely not. That'd be crazy. And January 10th, I was in my first competition. And that was the first day where my life pivoted from how long can I make this puzzle last to how fast can I make this puzzle last. And Jim was just along for the ride. But he's amazing. Like having the outside eyes is an unbelievable advantage in terms of how quickly we can process data. And
Yeah, no, I mean, he's been a great team member, and what he brings and his perspective is really interesting, and all the kind of the stats and the times. It's really great to have.
It's also fun because he never did jigsaw puzzles. The first jigsaw puzzle he ever did in his whole life was January of last year, to be a pairs partner with me until I could find my pair. The deal was, I want you to be able to do pairs, but the second you have somebody who's worth puzzling with, I'm out. So it was January through August, but he doesn't have the hands for it at all. He doesn't enjoy the assembly, and he's not fast himself, but it makes his perspective really valuable because he, you know, when we're like, oh, but it's hard to move, he just doesn't care. He's like, well, figure it out. What's the problem? And it's kind of nice having somebody who doesn't know and doesn't care what the physicality is. It's like, just make it happen. And then you have to go, okay, I guess I better make it happen.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, I mean, it's yeah, it looks like, I mean, from what I've seen and just watching your Instagrams like recently, like you seem to have a really great dynamic, and you're also like working together with like White Mountain and Alena Essex. So how did that come about?
Well, we were looking for a sponsor to go to Worlds. And so we started reaching out to people. Alena Essex was one we reached out to and just were like, hey, we love your puzzles. And she's like, sure, I'll send you some. And then we were wanting to get someone who was in our area because we're a New England-based team, and White Mountain is a New England-based company. And so we were like, hey, this would be a good partnership, and they agreed to sponsor us.
They've been very really generous. Awesome. It's really great. And their puzzles are lovely.
Oh, so wow. Yeah, I don't think we have them here. That's not the same as White Horse puzzles. That's something else. Yeah. White Mountain. Okay, so they're a local supplier and they're sponsoring the four of you to the Worlds. Yes. That's incredible. Wow.
It's really awesome.
Hopefully their puzzles will be available in Europe soon because you guys would enjoy them. They're really fun. We'll see if we can smuggle some to Worlds.
Yeah,
we'll have to do some swapsies.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Great. Yes. SJ, did you have any questions for Wicked Quick?
Yeah, just a few things or comments as well. But yeah, I totally agree with White Mountain. I did them. I grew up in America, you could tell. But I grew up doing them there, and you can occasionally find them in the UK actually. So if you're looking for them in Europe and you happen to come to the UK, you look around. I have a couple downstairs on my to-do pile. And I was gonna add, like, I grew up similarly with limited means, and so I was always like kind of naturally fast at puzzles, and my mother would say, slow down, these cost money. But yeah, so I did the same ones over and over again. Or actually, my mother made a kind of a community of the older ladies in the town who did puzzles and would swap with us, so that helped. But I remember getting my first Ravensburger at I think it was my 14th birthday. My stepfather somehow knew Ravensburger existed. I'd never heard of them. I grew up really rurally, like in the middle of nowhere, and never heard of them. But my stepfather had, so he like pulled some strings. He didn't have the internet, so yeah, he found me my first Ravensburger many moons ago. But yeah, anyway, back to the actual questions. I know, Sammy, you're from Connecticut.
Yes.
Is the rest of Wicked Quick, are they all Massachusetts based?
Yes.
So do you have to always schlep to Massachusetts, or do they come to you ever?
Yeah, they do. No, early on, like mostly we were here in Boston, in Massachusetts. But then we started coming down to Connecticut every once in a while. And recently Emily moved up to New Hampshire, so now Boston is really the central location.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Room down in our basement apartment, and Emma and I live a couple blocks away from each other, which is amazing coincidence. And then we call my place headquarters HQ, and Sammy's place is called the Puzzle Dojo, and because that's where the library is, so we switch off, and it's really fun.
That's fun.
Amazing. Well then, I'm trying to think. How did you all come together? How did you all find each other to form Wicked Quick?
I think that's the story.
I always get looks every time this question comes up. Okay. So, well, Emma and I met by chance at a local library competition here. A lot of the puzzle competitions locally are hosted. It's so early. Hosted at libraries. So we met, both of us separately without knowing each other or anything about each other, drove 2.5 hours to Connecticut to the Windsor Locks Library, this like 3-room cute place to do a puzzle competition. We met there and found out we live a 10-minute walk from each other. So we started just kind of playing around with pairsing. This was last August. And then I was looking towards being at Worlds this year and really and being at Nationals, US Nationals in March. And I wanted to have a really strong pair and a really strong team. And I wanted a team that was going to really work. So I'm newer to the sport. I didn't really have a chance to make a spot on one of the big national teams because they form really early. So I realized if I wanted a good team, we were going to have to build it. So Emma said she was in, and then I started doing the thing that makes me a total freak. So I don't talk about it in
We love you.
public. Jim and I, stats, we started vetting everybody. We looked at every puzzler in the entire country. We looked at stats, and we didn't look at times. We wanted trajectory, and we looked at footage. We were looking for, there had to be speed there, but we were not looking for the fastest puzzlers. I think the prevailing wisdom is that the way you get the fastest team is you take the fastest 4 puzzlers from all the ends of the earth, put them together, and presto. And we had a different idea. We essentially played Moneyball with puzzling. We said that the team that practices is faster than the team that is fast. And this is a crazy and untested idea. And that was what we recruited based on people who were interested in really working hard and people who were interested in changing how they puzzled and like really learning different things and trying to mix up different strategies. And like, even if I usually am a shape person, I'm going to teach myself how to do only color. If I only do right side out, I'm going to teach myself how to go upside down. So any of us can do anything. And we worked in secret. December 2nd was our first meeting. They all walked into my house not knowing each other and took guts to do that.
I came up there and I was just like, I just walked into a stranger's house and like I hadn't gone anywhere in years because of the pandemic. And so I just like, I came up to a different state. I walked to your house and was like, am I going to get murdered? Truly, they just wanted to do puzzles.
Yep. And it's amazing. We got very, very lucky that we gel the way we did, because there's a lot of ways in which this could have not worked out so well, but it's really fun. And it's to the point where the team has passed beyond being friends and we've become family. And we have fun like family, and we laugh like family, and we bicker like family, and we drive each other crazy like family, and we work like family, and it's great.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Yeah, it's a really interesting story how you all came together. That one I hadn't heard yet. I've asked Jim a lot of questions, like when we've had our own conversations outside of the live stream, but that one I hadn't heard of yet. And actually, that was one question I did think about asking today, so I'm glad you thought of that, SJ. I just want to interrupt briefly just to say we have just over 2 minutes left, and we have 11 pairs still going. So Sabina and Ivana, you're really close. You're almost there. Ulrika, you can do this. 20 pieces left. Oh, Sabina and Ivana have done it. You've just sneaked in there. Well done.
Yeah.
And the others, go, go, go. I know this is a really tricky one. But yeah, do your best. Puzzle your hearts out for the next 2 minutes. All right. Well, thank you so much, Mari and Sammy. We'll let you go. Are you going to have a nap before the? Yeah.
It's nap time. Thank you
Okay.
guys so much.
Thank
Hey,
you.
teams, keep going. You got this. Finish.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, so we've got Ulrika, Marie. Marie's also very close. Lizzie, Vesna, and Jan, Ireland, and Franco. The Saras, Annika, and Elizabeth. Yeah, so Sabina and Ivana were there just on the 58-minute mark. Yeah, I think everyone's going to be really satisfied when they put the last piece in. This one is very challenging.
Gosh, yeah, there's a few that are so close to the wire. I hope they make it. Yeah.
50 seconds.
In the last like rush, if there's a timer, and I'm trying to just like get done before it, I just say, like I tell myself like a mantra, like find the right piece, find the right piece.
Yeah, Ulrika and Lizzie both have like 15 pieces left. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Put your pieces down.
It's so close.
Oh, Ulrika, less than 10 pieces, and Lizzie as well. Oh, so close. Then please count up your leftover pieces. They will also be used for the ranking as well. So Lizzie and Ulrika almost there. Yeah, well, so thank you so much for everyone for participating today. So Victor is commenting that if the world's got more key partners, then more brands would have less unpublished puzzles to do. That would be interesting. If the world's got more key partners, then more brands would have less unpublished puzzles. And I think that's the main problem with making speed puzzling an Olympic sport, because using one brand would be frowned upon. And MK says, if speed puzzling is made into an Olympic sport, it could also be a Paralympic sport as well. And Catherine would love a petition to make speed puzzling Olympic. I'm not really sure if it's a sport. Probably people will not like me for saying this, but I think it's more in the category of like chess and Rubik's Cube, I would say, rather than like athleticism. I think they would, yeah, I would love for speed puzzling to become more popular and have more like bigger sponsors and bigger competitions, not just the world's, maybe like a European-wide championship, continental championship. But yeah, Olympic sport is different. Yeah, MK says then anyone can be an Olympian. That's true. Right now, anyone can be a participant at the World Championship.
It's interesting. I personally do think of speed puzzling as a type of sport. Just I think of other sports that are not hugely athletic but rely on a very specific type of skill, like vision being, important or whatever it might be, spatial awareness, like archery or shooting and things like that. You don't have to have great lung capacity or anything necessarily to do those sports, but yeah, it's all, especially archery, I think might have like that. I could be wrong about this. I think I've read it's got like the highest average age of any sport at the Olympics. You don't have to be a spring chicken either.
Yeah, that's interesting, because that's my husband's hobby is archery. And
Right.
when you think about it, like it's only like
Yes.
but a lot of like holding and stiffness. Yeah, I guess I struggle with calling speed puzzling a sport. and I tend to say like activity or like competitive activity. I don't know. I feel like if I said it as a sport, then all the non-speed puzzles would be like, that's not sport. So I just describe it more like it is more of like a game. Yeah. So MK says, what if there would be made a third Olympics, the casual Olympics, including Rubik's Cube and speed puzzling? Yeah, so Ireland had one extra piece. Look at that. So if you were missing a light purple border piece, it might have ended up in Ireland's box. So nobody commented that they had finished with the missing pieces, so which is that good, because almost every competition there has been like one or two pieces missing. Yeah, so yeah, those who didn't finish theirs, once you've put your time in there or your leftover pieces, then you can yeah, keep on puzzling if you like, or log off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. All right, so it looks like everyone has counted their pieces. Rebecca, have you counted? Oh, yes, you have. You've also put your pieces in there. All right, thank you very much. So then I'll ask Joanna to join us again. Yeah, so how was your experience today?
Actually, quite fun. When I saw the picture, I think, whoa, what amazing, amazing, and that will go very fast. What a surprise!
So this is not one that you've done before?
No, but it's waiting for me.
Yeah, good. And are you a fan of circular puzzles as well?
Not at all. I don't like that crazy shapes.
So what type of puzzles do you like to get? Are you more someone who likes landscapes and photos or artwork? What do you enjoy?
In standard shape, firstly. And I like all kind of gradients and food themed puzzles.
Sorry, what was the last one?
With food.
With food. Ah, yes.
Yes.
I also enjoy food puzzles. I like food and spices, and yeah, my daughters love all the ones with cupcakes and sweets on there.
Yes, that's very easy to combine together.
Yeah, especially the donut puzzle. I think everybody owns a puzzle with donuts on there.
Me too.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much, SJ and Joanna, for supporting me today and for being part of Jigsaw Jam number 18. And yeah, we thank everyone for participating, and for those who are following on YouTube. Yeah, it's a challenging puzzle, but I'm glad we did this one, and yeah, I'll try to pick more variety. So there's no guarantee that the next Ravensburger is going to be a licensed puzzle. It's just it just happened to be that way. Yeah, so thank you very much, and we will see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.